Far-left arsonists are engaged in a globalist plot to burn down the world, according to a WEF insider who warns that humanity has been primed to fall for the globalist elite's three-card trick. The globalist elite laid the groundwork with the COVID pandemic, training the masses to be compliant, while pre-programming them with years of climate change propaganda in the media. As far as they are concerned, the wildfires are the final nail in our coffin. Climate change is not only a hoax, it is a decades-old global depopulation plot, and the WEF-infiltrated governments all over the world are going along with it. According to the WEF, the wildfires will leave most of the world in chaos for years, and cause enormous fear and anxiety in normal people. And it is from this chaos that a phoenix will rise from the ashes, according to a WEF insider, who explained the global elite plan to seize control of the US, removing our fundamental freedoms and ushering in the Great Reset. Make no mistake, this evil plot has been in the works for decades, and now we are seeing it play out before our very eyes in all its grisly detail. In 1972, the Club of Rome published The Limits to Growth, a disturbing text that outlined the depopulation agenda that would be implemented by Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum in decades to come. Watch as The Limits to Growth co-author Dennis Meadows says that he hopes we all die slow, painless deaths, so the elite can enjoy their time on a less populated Earth.
The planet can support something like 1 billion people, maybe 2 billion, depending on how much liberty and how much material consumption you want to have. If you want more liberty and more consumption, you have to have fewer people. And conversely, you can have more people. I mean, we could even have 8 or 9 billion probably if we have a very strong dictatorship, which is smart. That's, unfortunately, you never have smart dictatorships. They're always stupid. But if you had a smart dictatorship and a low standard of living, you can have it. But we want to have freedom and we want to have a high sentence, so we're going to have 1 billion people. And we're now at 7, so we have to get back down. I hope that this can be slow, relatively slow, and that it can be done in a way which is relatively equal.
The elite can't stop bragging about their plans for humanity. It's part of the plan to condition humanity to become desensitized to the idea of children being burned into ash while they barricade roads, turn off the water, and incinerate millions of people. Maui was just the beginning. These terrorist tactics are now being rolled out across the world. Expect more cities to literally burn while they barricade in the useless people for their own good. The Bible warned us about these times. After this quick break, we will reveal how the globalist elite are starting these fires, and what we have to do to stop them. But first, an important word from our sponsor. Directed energy weapons are being used to attack humanity, destroy their property, and force them to accept the agenda of the globalist elite. All around the world, fake wildfires are being orchestrated by the globalist elite to poison our air, water, and soil, and redistribute property into the hands of the elite.
Alright, what you're seeing behind me are active wildfires, as identified by satellite. Now this is on Weather Underground. You can set the layers, and you can choose to pull this up. Now I saw this video going on TikTok of this girl going through this, showing the world burning. And I had to go check for myself because I just wanted to verify and make sure. And it was true. All of what you're seeing here are active fires happening presently. And look at Europe. I mean, I've never seen this before. This amount of activity. This is all climate change, right? I mean, look at Africa. Are they okay? Really? Because that is insane. And just wait, we're going to go over to South America next. We're going to take a little hop over the pond. And look at that. This just doesn't seem normal to me. What do you think?
And all over the world, the WEF are leaving their fingerprints all over the crime scenes. In Greece, far-left activists have been found responsible for igniting the devastating wildfires that tore through the country.
Authorities in Greece have arrested 79 people on charges related to arson as the death toll rises to 21. The ongoing fires are now officially the largest recorded in the European Union. More than 73,000 hectares have been burned. A further 61 people have been arrested on other wildfire-related charges, as authorities warn several areas remain at very high risk for fires.
Meanwhile, videos filmed by locals in Lahaina reveal telltale pulse flashes, which are a feature of directed energy weapons. And if you're wondering what a clear directed energy weapon strike looks like from a distance, here is a video from Chile in May this year, showing a confirmed directed energy weapon strike. And according to eyewitness accounts from Maui, we are dealing with the same technology.
Hey y'all, Myra here. So take a look at this crazy video. This just happened today, May 26th in Chile. So quick backstory, a man was in his apartment and he heard 5 explosions and then his electricity went out. He ran to his balcony to see what was going on or to see if he could see anything, and he happened to catch the 6th explosion. It looks like a laser beam, y'all. A laser beam. Is this some sort of super advanced technology we have no idea about? Is it some sort of government testing? It looks so futuristic. I'm mind blown a little bit.
The mainstream media are desperate to dismiss these claims as conspiracy theories. But we now know for a fact that directed energy weapons are not conspiracy theories. They are conspiracy facts.
The Department of Defense spends about $1 billion annually developing directed energy weapons, such as high-energy lasers and high-powered microwaves. These weapons can disrupt or destroy their targets at the speed of light. For example, DoD has developed high-energy lasers that have successfully shot down drones, but speed isn't their only advantage. They're also less expensive per use than traditional weapons like guns and missiles. Despite those potential advantages, DoD has had trouble getting these technologies out of the lab and into service. The Army has developed a detailed transition plan to support moving these weapons into the next stages of development. We recommended that the Navy and the Air Force develop similar plans.
The devastation wrought by these attacks on humanity are not conspiracy theories either. The mainstream media has covered up the extent of the carnage, but more evidence is emerging every day. Locals were barricaded in, refused water to fight the fires, and they were burnt to a crisp with their children in another crime against humanity.
Dead bodies on the rocks on the beach, bodies in the car. There was a kid underneath the car on Front Street. Looked like his dad was trying to protect him, but they just was burnt. Pets, cats, dogs, just all burnt right in the middle of the road. And then before the fire even got to this side, there were people running towards our house. Like their hair looked like it just got burned. Their faces all black.
The fire that swept through Lahaina is now the deadliest natural disaster in Hawaii's history. Officials say it could cost more than $5.5 billion for Maui to rebuild.
Billions of dollars to rebuild. But the town will be rebuilt as a 15-minute city, also known as an open-air prison, designed for total authoritarian control and permanent lockdowns. Biden and the globalist elite's catchphrase "Build Back Better" literally means destroying things first and then rebuilding according to New World Order plans.
This is going to be a multi-year recovery. It's going to take essentially years to rebuild Lahaina, which was destroyed. But we will build it back better, and we'll build it back proudly.
Build back better.
Building back better.
To build back better.
We're going to build it back better.
And build it back better.
My plan to build back better.
In the wake of the Maui fires, Democrats and the mainstream media are now begging Joe Biden to declare a climate emergency, which would grant his administration vast unconstitutional and undemocratic powers. Meanwhile, the Biden regime has signaled that it already has its finger on the trigger, with Biden letting slip that he already has practically declared a climate emergency, and his press secretary admitting that Biden is doing everything he can to deal with this existential threat.
Mr. President, you call climate change a code red for humanity. The World Health Organization said it will cause an additional 250,000 deaths a year starting in 2030. Are you prepared to declare a national emergency with respect to climate change?
I've already done that. We've conserved more land. We've we've rejoined the Paris Climate Accord. We've passed a $368 billion climate control facility. We're moving. It is the existential threat to humanity.
So you've already declared that national emergency?
Practically speaking, yes.
Yeah.
The globalist elite can't stop talking about their plot to depopulate the world, and now they're making their moves. Burning down the world is a key part of the Great Reset agenda. The 1% of the 1% and their cronies in media and politics all seem to agree that the Great Reset is a great idea. And the fact that no ordinary person shares their enthusiasm doesn't seem to bother them one bit. But the future doesn't belong to them. and the people are slowly but surely waking up to their agenda. Here at The People's Voice, we are determined to continue exposing the elites, but we need your help.